Is Mercury covered in diamonds? New research previewed at the Lunar and Planetary Science Conference, LPSC, Houston, Texas last week included simulations suggesting that the heavily cratered planet could be hosting an astonishing 16 quadrillion tons of diamonds. That's the number my models come up with for the entire crust of me. Perhaps 1 or 2% at most. Mercury is covered in graphite, a pure form of carbon that may have been transformed into diamonds after being struck by meteorites, asteroids and comets. It's known that Mercury was particularly badly affected by the Late Heavy Bombardment, a period of the early solar system about 4.123.8 billion years ago when most of the craters on the Moon were created. However, Mercury has a lot more craters than the Moon, and that means more dimaond-creating impacts. We think Mercury started with a thin crust of graphite formed after it cooled from a global magma ocean, said Cannon. Asteroids and comets slamming into this crust at tens of miles per second create high enough pressures to turn the graphite into diamond. However, these diamonds, which could be relatively close to the surface, wouldn't be immediately recognizable as gemstones. They're probably nothing like the big clear gemstones we cut and make into jewelry, said Cannon. A better comparison is the small cloudy diamonds used in industry as abrasives, likely in a messy mixture with graphite and other forms of carbon. Space mining is always more difficult than it sounds, but on Mercury it's even trickier. It's quite difficult to orbit around Mercury and land because of the orbital mechanics, said Cannon. Could diamonds be mined on Mercury, in theory? Definitely possible, but the economics aren't great. We can synthesize industrial diamonds in a lab, so maybe there's more value simply as a bulk source of carbon, said Cannon. However, an upcoming mission from the European Space Agency called BepiColumbo, which will map Mercury at different wavelengths once it arrives on December 5, 2025, may be able to find Mercury's diamonds.